What's going on, guys? Brent0331. Appreciate you guys tuning in. So in this video, we're going to be taking an up-close look at Citadel Defense's new Spectre chest rig. So if you guys don't know who Citadel Defense is, he's got his own YouTube channel. I first met him when he entered a submission for one of my patrol gear loadout contests. So he reached out to me. He's like, hey, I designed this chest rig from like head to toe, and I wanted to see if you were interested in taking a look at it. And then once I took a look at it and I saw that it came in woodland camouflage, I was freaking sold. I was like, yeah, man, send me one over so I can look at it, okay? So again, this is something he designed from the ground up, and it's 100% made here in the United States. So let's take a look at it, guys. See if you're interested, all right? So it's a fairly basic chest rig configuration. It contains 3 magazine pouches on the front that can hold 6 standard AR-15 style magazines. All right, I've tested it to see if it'll hold your typical AR-15 style magazines. So here's 2 PMags. Here's 2 regular Stanag style magazines. And here's your HK style aluminum magazines. So all of these fit very easily. You guys can see that they are flap covered pouches. However, if you wanted to turn these into open top pouches, you just simply tuck the flap in and then put the magazines on top of that, all right? And then there you go, you have open top magazines. I myself, I'm a big proponent of having a flap that covers the magazine just for infantrymen work. Hey, you're crawling, you're moving through harsh terrain. Typically, I've seen with open top magazine pouches, dudes are constantly losing gear along the way with all the rigorous tasks that an infantryman does, okay? So me personally, I'm a closed top guy, and I prefer a flap, so I'm gonna keep my magazines like that, all right? The flap secures with Velcro. The bottom here is just a loop, easy to grab, all right, and easy to open. The magazine pouches themselves, they're tightened up with a piece of elastic. All right, so it tightens up. So if you only have one magazine inside the pouch itself is gonna tighten up on that one magazine to keep it pretty tight inside that pouch. Is it gonna fall out of the pouch if you turn the chest rig completely upside down? Yeah, absolutely. But the key thing is it does tighten up on that magazine pouch to, tighten it to that specific magazine. All right, so again, 3 magazine pouches on the front, and it's surrounded by 2 general purpose pouches. Now, you can purpose these general purpose pouches to be whatever, all right? The possibilities are endless. Here I have a configuration for a single 1-quart canteen, USGI style canteen. And you guys can see it's got the Y style, just like on a standard USGI issued canteen. But it also, now just so y'all see, I have a canteen cup stuck in there. But also, if you want to convert this back to just being a regular GP pouch, it's got the flap, okay? So you just take your strap, stick it through here. You guys can see it's got Velcro on here, so you can throw if you're going to use this for a IFAK, and you want to throw like a cross on there to indicate that it's an IFAK, you can do so. But again, it has the elastic on the sides there to tighten the pouch to whatever you're using it. And then you just come over the top and boom, secure with the fast textile buckle. And there, it just converted this back to a general purpose pouch, okay? So on the back side is some shot cord, and there's an opening pocket. And what do you use that for? You can stick a radio in there, okay? So if you stick a radio right here, your antenna would run up through there, and then this cord right here would help secure that radio, keeping it down behind that. Now obviously if you got a radio stuck in there, it's gonna, restrict your pouch slightly, all right, make it a little bit smaller, so that might affect what you're putting in there, so keep that in mind. So, and you can do that on either side. Both sides, guys, mirror each other. They're exactly the same. So if you're the kind of guy who wants your radio on your left side, you could wear it over there, or you could wear it on your right side, either or. All right, well, I'm gonna convert this back to a canteen pouch here. Also want to point out, as you guys can see, there's a little loop here. Now, what is that good? For dummy cording. So, you know, if you got sensitive items like NVGs or a compass or something like that, you can run that 550 cord or lanyard through there and it'll help secure it to the gear itself. So if it comes out in the middle of the night while you're trying to dig in there or fish something out and you can't see it, it'll fall. As long as it's dummy corded, it ain't going nowhere because it's attached to the gear. So that's good, and you guys will see that when I show you the other side of this pouch. So if you want to run a canteen cup on your chest rig with your canteen, hey, it works, okay? Me personally, I'm a coffee guy. I freaking like to drink coffee, so canteen cups is an essential piece of gear. Plus, if you got to bait in a communist face, hey, canteen cup's a weapon of opportunity, okay? So, all right. So that's that side. If you want to throw an Nalgene bottle in there, it'll fit obviously as well. All right. Let's go to the other side. Again, here's an example of you know, throwing some Velcro on there with the hook and loop attachment point. I'm going to open this up. I've put my NVGs inside there, okay? So I've got dual NVGs, and you guys can see I've dummy corded this, okay? So God forbid my NVGs were to fall out at any point during whatever rigorous activities I'm doing as an infantryman, it's on a dummy cord. It ain't going nowhere, it's attached to my gear, all right? And if I need to detach this, you know, the way I have my NVGs rigged up is with a small carabiner. So quick attach and detach. And now I can put this on my Kevlar and attach this to my Kevlar, and there we go. All right, to put my NVGs back in, obviously duals are a lot bigger than PVS 14s. So the pouch, although it's pretty big, okay, when you add a padded case in there like I did, it takes up a lot of space, so it's a little bit harder to get these in there under these conditions, okay? But I think the extra padding is worth it when I'm throwing my NVGs in there, so that's on me. If I were to put these NVGs in there without that padded case, they would just drop right in. So, or if I had PVS 14, those keeping in here, those would also drop right in. So, but got my NVGs back inside. Gonna take my carabiner and I'm gonna attach it to that dummy cord point now that they're in my pouch again. There you go. Just gonna tuck my dummy cord back in. All right, NVGs are back inside. Closing the pouch. It's got Velcro as well as a buckle. Secured, and I can tuck my excess strap in there, and there's also an elastic piece if I want to run that through that as well. There you go, you can see better right there. Also need to point out on the side you have two little elastic connection points on both sides. On this side is designed for things like chem lights. All right, so you put chem lights in there. On this side, it's just elastic bands. So you have these two down here. I've just threw a carabiner through there just so you guys can see you can attach stuff to it. All right, so if you wanted to throw a carabiner on there and hang gloves or something from those, you can do so. But these elastic bands right here can facilitate holding something like a tourniquet, all right? And I believe that's what it's actually designed for. If you want to run like a cat tourniquet through there, that's what that is for. And that's going to be on both sides on the outside. And then on the inside is obviously the two ports for your chem lights, okay? So 4 chem lights total on the GP pouches, and then you can run 2 cat tourniquets on the exterior on each side, all right? So one on the left, one on the right, if you so choose. Top of the harness. So the harness secures with these Fastech style buckles. And then you guys can see you got 3 rows of MOLLE here. All right, so if you got a single MOLLE style pouch that you wanted to attach to that, you could do so. This right here is just a flashbang pouch, but anything like a single pistol mag style pouch would fit right there, and you could keep like a Gerber or other things of similar size on that if you wanted to run that through there. You also have a channel. You guys can see channel that runs up here about to where my backside of my shoulder is. In this channel, you can run comm wire. You know, for your comms, you could run a camelback hose, whatever the case may be, you can do it. And that's on both sides. Both sides have that channel. Both sides have that MOLLE webbing. And again, quick detach for the harness there. On the inside is a kangaroo pouch with Velcro. So if you needed to keep stuff like a map, right? You can keep it inside that Velcro kangaroo pouch. There's also on the back side, which you're not gonna be able to see unless I take the chest rig off, is a panel that you can rip off where it exposes the Velcro so that you can attach it and turn this chest rig into a panel for something like a plate carrier. The back of the harness is a H-style harness, very similar to my buddy John at UW Gear and his chest rigs, but you guys can see how it contours around my shoulders and down, okay? And one of the things he mentioned is when you're wearing a pack, is that how the pack straps would avoid running into the gear itself. So that's something he he designed so that it specifically would do that. There's also a large Velcro section on the back here, so if you wanted to put a name tape or a service tape or something along those lines back here, you could do so. The kangaroo pouch also has these tabs here so that you can attach dummy cord also to those as well. On the back for adjustment, you guys can see that you can adjust this chest rig in both directions, all right? So I can tighten this in both directions. Plenty of built-in strappage and elastic to help keep those excess straps from dangling around all over the place, so it's nice and neat. All right, but very adjustable in the back, so you can adjust this to your specific body. So overall, guys, a lot of cool features. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off so you can see some of the other features there. But that's this chest rig in a nutshell. Again, let's check out some of the other magazine carrying capacity options. All right, let's check this out. So I got an AK mag, AKP mag, 7.62 by 39. Let's stick that in there. So one fits all right. Let's check two. I got two in. Okay, doesn't go in as nicely and easily as a AR magazine, but it does go in. All right, and I can still pull them out. All right, I got two AR-10 style 20 round PMags, 7.62 by 51 millimeter. Let's try these out, see if these will fit. All right, one in there, no problem. All right, two's in there. It's pretty tight though. I don't know if I'd run that. So it can be done, but you're not going to be getting these magazines out quickly. So 20 round PMags will fit, but if you're going to run this chest rig, I'd recommend only running one magazine of the AR-10 sort. So 30 rounder, I have no doubt that this is going to fit, but again, I wouldn't run two of them. But 30 round secures in there just fine. My recommendation, guys, is if you're going to run those 308 PMags, I would only run one. So you'd have a total of 3 magazines on the chest rig. So last magazines I'm going to check are 40 rounders. So one's a PMag, another one's a Pro Mag. They're very similar in dimensions. And stick those in there. All right, those went in just fine. And I was able to get the flap over them. So about half of the Velcro stitching makes it onto the Velcro itself. So they're in there, they seem secure, okay? And would pull out very easily. So the 40 rounders will work. So if you're running an AR RPK, something along those lines, some sort of a squad support weapon, and you need the additional capacity of 40 round magazines, this chest rig will work for you. That's it, gentlemen. That completes my review of the Spectre chest rig created by Citadel Defense. If you're interested in this piece of gear, you can find it listed on his website, which I'll link in the description box as well as the pinned comment section. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment.